Multi-agency investigation results in indictment and arrest of drug kingpin associated with the Sinaloa cartel operating in Sonora, Mexico. The transnational criminal organization targeted Alaska in trafficking methamphetamine, heroin, and cocaine. Anchorage. Miguel Baez Guevara, 38, a U.S. citizen living in Mexico, was indicted by a federal grand jury on a 17 count related to his leadership role in trafficking narcotics directly from Mexico to Alaska. Guevara was arrested by Mexican immigration authorities from the Instituto Nacional de Migración in Sonora, Mexico, on Friday, September the 10th, and deported to the United States. U.S. law enforcement arrested Guevara upon his arrival in Arizona. He pleaded not guilty in federal court in a Phoenix, Arizona federal court. He will remain detained pending his transfer to Alaska. According to recent unsealed indictments, beginning in 2016, Guevara organization operated to import heroin, methamphetamine, and cocaine directly from Mexico to Alaska. He claimed membership in and associated with the Sinaloa cartel. He also networked specifically target Alaska because they received higher profits for illegal drugs due to Alaska's significant distance from Mexican sources of the supply. Using social media and encrypted messages applications, he networked recruited drug couriers who lived in Alaska. The couriers were promised money or drugs in exchange for travel to Mexico to collect the narcotics for transporting back to Alaska. Couriers were required to submit photos of the driver's license and other personal information. He made it known he was associated with the Sinaloa cartel and there were serious and violent repercussions for couriers who stole narcotics or provided information to law enforcement. The couriers traveled in small groups with an assigned team leader. Couriers typically carried about 250 grams of narcotics on each trip. Once the couriers arrived in Alaska, a member of the Guevara network who was stationed in Alaska paid them and collected the narcotics. Street level dealers in Alaska contacted him, who coordinated the sale between his Alaska workers and local dealers. Guevara did not cross into the United States due to outstanding federal and state arrest warrants, but conducted all operations from Mexico. The continuing criminal enterprise statute is often referred to as a kingpin statute. The statute is designed to reach the top boss in a drug trafficking organization and not the lieutenant or the foot soldiers. The statute was enacted to target large scale profit making enterprises engaged in illegal importation, manufacturing, and distribution of controlled substances. A conviction carries a mandatory of life sentence. The indictment and arrest are part of an ongoing large scale drug trafficking organization dubbed Operation Albondiga, which means um, uh, the translation would be meatball, like a spaghetti and meatballs, meatball, Operation Albondigas, which has resulted in the arrest and criminal charges of 23 individuals since 2016. And there's quite a few of them. There's quite a few of them, and they age their age mid 20s to uh, just shorter than 50 years old is the actual the age range of the actual participants. The Federal Bureau of Investigations, the U.S. Coast Guard, Investigation Services, the DEA, who else? Anchorage Police, Homeland Security, Arizona authorities, Customs Border Protection, Alaska State Troopers, um, the actual Ted Stevens International Airport Police, and Alaska National Guard they actually participated in Operation Albondiga. Um, Operation Albondiga is part of an organization enforcement task force that will disrupt and dismantle the high-level drug trafficking, money laundering, gangs, and transnational criminal organizations that threaten the United States by using prosecutor-led, intelligence-driven, multi-agency approach that leverages the strength of the federal and state and local law enforcement. So there it is. That was a serious one. Okay, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe.